Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Silver Bowl for tonight's game, the District 4 AA Final, Mount Carmel area Red Tornadoes against the Central Columbia Blue Jays. Big one on hand tonight here. Good crowd tonight. Little bit of cold weather, 25 degrees, but this is going to be a big one tonight as the Red Tornadoes come onto the field.
Well, as you said, obviously you frame this game with the temperature. Temperature game time is in the low 20s. It will drop into the teens before the end of the game tonight. That will affect it somewhat. The field is in great condition. Mount Carmel area comes into the District 4 championship game with no discernible injuries that they didn't have last week. Some people are still out for a long period of time. The Daukus young man will not play again tonight, but other than that, a fairly healthy team comes in. The Blue Jays are reporting no major injuries on their side, so both teams are at full strength as they open up tonight. You're looking at a Blue Jay team 9-1. They lost their opening game, I believe.
Yes, the
opening
GAR.
GAR, ripping off 9 straight wins after that. They're an attack a little bit different now than last week. If you watched the Wyalusing game last week, you saw a real one-dimensional outfit. They were mostly running. They said that's what they did, and they did not lie. They came in and they tried to run. On the other hand, the Blue Jays across the field, you're going to have a running game in a guy named Flick. He's the tailback. He's gained about 1,400 yards already this year, so he's a major threat. But on top of him, add the Klingerman at quarterback, Nate. He is a prolific passer. You have a pass catcher named Laubach, who will be the guy catching those catches from Klingerman. They are a deadly duo. If you read about them at the Southern Area game, the two of them completely dismantled the Tigers and won that big backyard rivalry a couple of weeks ago. So expect to see a real wide-open game with both of these offenses, and I think it's going to come down to which defense can make the stand and win the game.
Talk about a little bit about their offense, about Central's offense. They've had 2 common opponents with us. They've played Selinsgrove, who they defeated 15-7 earlier in the season, and then Southern, which the score was 48-27. So, again, a very strong offensive team coming in here.
Now, you go back to their schedule. When you look at the 2 common opponents, it's 15-7. Now we, fairly handled Selinsgrove 46-7. But then you go back to the beginning. You're talking about Wilkes-Barre GAR to show you how Wilkes-Barre GAR has Jackson up there that has ran for 2,400 yards this year. Unbelievable. We seen him last year in the Eastern Conference playoffs in the finals. Central was winning that game until the last quarter when Jackson kicked in and he scored a couple touchdowns on him. The Danville game was a very close game. There was one that surprised everybody, I think, because of the caliber that Central Columbia was going in with. Danville coming off a few wins, and the score of that game was a very close one. It was a 9-7 game. So
Central Columbia deferred on the toss, Wayne, and they elected to defer. They won the toss, elected to defer. The Red Tornadoes will receive, and the offense for the Red Tornadoes tonight, number 30, Sean Jamin at split end. At left tackle, 56, Gary Dunn. Left guard, 65, Rick Harris. At center, number 75, John Else. The right guard, 66, Joe Chicatano. The right tackle tonight will be 76, Mike Boyer. Going to go on the sprained ankle, see how far he can go with it. The tight end, number 83, Eric Higgins. Quarterback, number 6, Vic Karnaski. The tailback, 22, Brett Veach. Slot back, 27, Dave Evans. And the fullback, 41, Joe Costello. The place kicker for the Central Blue Jays, number 25, Jason Laubaugh, a senior, 6'1", 164 pounds, and the good receiver. He's their top receiver. Caught the ball, I think this year we have some numbers here. He caught the ball 39 times for 991 yards, 12 touchdowns. So we'll see him on offense, but right now we're going to see him kick off to the speedsters back there for the Red Tornadoes. 27, Dave Evans, 22, Brett Veach, and 29, Dan Malakowski. District 4 AA championship action here. First time ever a district championship game at the Silver Bowl.
Absolutely. Little sidelight, the new scoreboard is now complete. The message board is off. We'll see glimpses of that when we give you the score. It looks fantastic.
Laubaugh with a squibber, bounces it down in the direction of Malakowski, fumbles it on about the 15, picks it up on the 10. Finds some running room, cuts it back, and gets up only to the 21-yard line. First down, Red Tornadoes, but the squibber kick, and right off the bat, Central does something different than most. They tried bouncing the ball down rather than letting one fly through the air.
Well, that's. I mean, obviously, if you've watched our special teams over the year, and especially in the last 3 or 4 games, when they really pick the pace up, that's the smart thing to do. Try to keep the ball on the ground, give your guys a little bit more time to run underneath it, because you give one of those fast guys a chance, and they've proven that they're going to take it all the way.
4-4 defense here from Central early. Tavich off the right side. Gets about a 1-yard gain to the 21-yard line. Second down, about 9 yards to go. In on the hit, number 61, which is Matt Sarge, the left defensive end. They'll go with the 4-4 Sarge at defensive end along with Trzanski. At the tackle, Schlichter, number 77, and Coleman, number 34. Karnaski, same play to Veach off the right side. Little more running room and a gain of about 8 yards. So this one will bring up third down and 2 yards to go.
Okay, their defense setting up on that series, on that play there. They put wide gaps in the centers. They kicked the 2 tackles way to the outside and brought the 2 linebackers as monster men over our 2 guards. You block them and shield them, and we got an outside run.
Flags on the play here against the Red Tornadoes, and it's looks like against the bench. And we're looking at it right now, and nobody's real sure down here on the sideline what happened.
Looks like you're saying get behind the line, guys.
Oh, okay, so they didn't call a penalty.
No, that was a warning.
Probably a warning.
Okay, that's a warning against the Red Tornadoes bench, and it has started already. Power formation, Veach in the backfield for the Red Tornadoes. They go to Veach off the right side. First down, Red Tornadoes at the 35-yard line. 3 plays to Veach and a first down.
The 4-4 defense is probably going to be a little susceptible to that outside run. Now that's where you're seeing the attack going right now. Now what you will see probably is a small adjustment in that defense as the game goes on, as they try to adjust back. And they occasionally, from what we understand, will move out of the 4-4 depending on what the down in the situation is at that time in the game.
Well, they're going at the strength right now. They're going right at Sarge. This is when they pull up the middle. And a gain of about 4 yards. We're going to have a holding call against the Red Tornadoes.
Now, they threw a 50 in there. They put a nose guard in that time.
And so I said they'll move around a little bit. They're not strictly a 4-4 defense. You know, they do tend to move around depending on what they feel is going to happen on the offensive side of the ball. Big Red takes a penalty here. And one of the things discussed last night at Supper Club, of course, was the penalties of last week. Probably the only real negative note in the game was that we had so many penalties that, and the coaching staff felt that it kind of hindered our ability to get kind of cohesive movement going on offense, and that's exactly what a penalty will do for you. You never really get yourself going, and you're always in a down where you're long, and it makes things difficult to call a play then.
First down and 20 yards to go. The Red Tornadoes, the ball resting on the 25-yard line. Karnaski puts Evans in motion, pitches back to Veach, taking it out around the left side, cuts it back and gets up to the 31, gain of about 6 yards.
Nice play there, a little movement there by Evans. Evans coming back into the center, and he actually took the corner man into the middle of the play there, or out of the play, where Veach could kick around to the outside.
9:43 left in the first quarter. No score. The Silver Bowl District 4 Finals. Officials timeout.
I don't know. We have the district officials, and of course we have Buzz Carr is supposedly out there. Is he one of the officials tonight, Buzz?
Oh, I didn't see them.
Yes, Buzz Carr, who is the head of District 4, is also one of the officials on the field tonight. He was supposedly going to be the interview at halftime, but the fact that he's now going to be one of the refs kind of precludes us from having any interviews with him.
Second down, 15. Jamin and Evans split. Costello goes in motion. Karnaski on the draw play to Veach. Finds some running room. Gets up to about the 44-yard line. 2 yards short of a first down, third down, and 2 to go. Good draw play, good call by the Red Tornado coaching staff.
Yeah, great call that time. You're getting a big rush. Central Columbia is trying to put as much pressure as they can on. That's the exact call you want to make there. They were thinking pass.
Right.
They were assuming we were going to pass in a long yardage, and that's the way you keep a defense a little bit off balance.
Third down, 1 yard to go. Karnaski to Veach, off the right side. First down to about the 44-yard line.
Look at that scrum going there. That was a full-fledged push over there.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. It looked like rugby going on.
Rugby scrum for 3 yards there. The file just kept moving and moving all the time.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're giving Boyer a test on that ankle over on the right-hand side.
Going the right side. This is, well, the strength of the whole year has been Chicatano Boyer on that right side to go to it hard, and they're doing it tonight. 8:30 left in the first half. Second first down for the Red Tornadoes, the ball on the 49-yard line. Power right formation again for the Red Tornadoes. This time to Evans off the left side, and he carries the ball for about a 3-yard gain. Good read that time by the outside linebacker, number 12, from the Central Columbia, which is Torrey Smith. He's actually a cornerback that came up.
That's that was the Evans special there.
They switched them. They put, no, the Torrey's on the right. We got him right.
That was Dave's special play, the one he only runs. He likes that play. That's the design, that one, with him in mind when they were putting that into the offense.
Second down, 6 yards to go. Karnaski sets the Red Tornadoes on about the 47-yard line of Central Columbia, tries it up the middle. Coleman the tackle, had Costello, and then he gets popped at about the 42, but Costello does a nice job. Tackle made by Trent Flick, and that's a gain of about maybe 4 yards. It'll be a 3rd down and 1.
Tough run that time up the middle. That's a lot of hits going on there, and he took a major hit at the end, but if you're going to have a guy doing it, he's the one you want up the middle.
That's right. Yeah.
Now in this pass, this has been 3rd and short when we're in their territory. It's been a passing play for the Red Tornadoes, but I think tonight with the cold weather, they're just going to keep going right at them here. Now they go into a 50 formation there. Give it to Veach off the right side, going to take it wide. First down, and we have flags on the play. Actually, flags thrown where there's not even anybody there.
He'll come back. We're going to get hit with a holding or a clipping, probably holding.
Holding call against the Red Tornadoes.
That's a tough call there. That's a tough one. That's what stops a drive sometimes when you make a call like that and 3rd down like that.
Well, it looks like the flags are going to fly tonight. It was actually something that happened on the left side of the Red Tornado line because it was thrown to the left and everybody was breaking right. .6:53 left in the first. No score. Penalty ridden in this drive by the Red Tornadoes. 2 big holding calls against the Red Tornadoes. 3rd down and 10 yards to go. Veach goes in motion to the left side. Karnaski back to pass. First time screen pass to Evans. Finds some running room, but not enough. Gets to only the 45-yard line. 4th down for the Red Tornadoes. 5 yards to go.
That one wasn't quite as set up as well as you'd have liked, and I think at the last moment Central realized what it was. They were looking a little bit for it, and they kind of got the blockers divided up a little bit. When you throw that screen, you got to have your guy right in back of them and then let them take off. That time he was ahead of 2 of them as he caught the ball, and that's where the screen didn't work.
Defended very well. Snaps back. Kicks away. Fair catch called and taken on about the 11-yard line by number 12, Torrey Smith. First down, Central Columbia.
Blue Jays will come out now. Again, watch Klingerman at quarterback, Flick at tailback, Laubach at is he playing end position?
Yeah, Jason Laubach will be in at the split end.
Split end, okay. Those are the 3 real key guys on the offense.
Right now, trips right for the Blue Jays. Going to pitch back to Flick. Going to take him around the outside.
Oh, yeah!
Made by number 30, Sean J-Man.
Oh, the J-Man.
30 on 30.
What a hit by the J-Man. Played it perfectly, folks.
I'll tell you what, he did not let the blocker get to his ankles.
No.
The kid was down probably as low as he possibly could go, and Jamin went right over the top of him and made the tackle on Flick.
When you're on Jamin, though, everything looks low.
Oh, that's true.
when you're as tall as he is, everything's kind of low when you're him.
Gain of about 1 yard. Second down, 9 yards to go for the Blue Jays. Klingerman back to pass, looks over the middle, hits Laba at about the 21-yard line. First down, Central Blue Jays, and that's that quick 3-drop pass, and he's worked it so well all year.
You need to defense that particular play and a couple of others that are favorites. You'll see them throughout the game. Now they got one-on-one there.
Right,
they were
that's
one-on-one
what they
coverage. That's what they were looking for. They exploited a little bit and took up a first down with it. This kid is a quick quarterback, and he's an extremely accurate quarterback. He can throw the ball.
Klingerman takes a pad off his arm or off his leg. Back to pass, short drop back again. Lets it fly on the pattern out there to Laba. He caught it on the 50-yard line, and this is what they talked about. He has great hands. First down, Blue Jays at the 49-yard line.
Good hands, and that was a great pass. You got to admit, that was right there, and Laba laid out for that ball.
The key will be the way he's passing, the way he has the touch and all. The key will be the pressure. You got to make him uncomfortable back there if you're gonna beat him in the passing game.
Klingerman sets up right about the 49-yard line. Hands off up the middle to number 14, the ball carrier, which is Mike DeRay, and he gains it close to a first down.
Now, I talked last night about who they run. The fullback position from Central is used like we use our fullback. Not going to carry the ball a ton of times. It's more of a blocking back. But occasionally, when they sense it, he'll take the ball in that quick opener up the middle like he did just there.
I formation for the Blue Jays. 3:44 left in the first quarter. Option play. Klingerman on his feet running to the 30-yard line, pitches the ball back to number 30, which is Trent Flick. What an awesome pitch.
I'll tell you what, that looked like a forward lateral from where he was at.
Well, they give it to him, and he's down to the 6-yard line.
That was real close.
Yeah, that was.
That was a good play, though. Real good
Excellent
play that time by Central.
And I'll tell you what, you have to give it to the quarterback, because the quarterback was wrapped up when he pitched that ball.
They say they have one heck of a powerful offense, and we're seeing it right now as they drive the ball from about the 10-yard line. I formation. Quick up the middle to the fullback and gains about 2 yards. 14, Mike DeRay to about the 3-yard line.
Impressive drive now for the Blue Jays to open up the first quarter. It's their first drive of the game, and they're looking really sharp right now and crisp on offense.
Mixing it up so well, run, pass, run. Klingerman sets up on about the 3 or 4 yard line. Gonna pass. Over in the corner, Malikoski almost with the interception. Laba and Klingerman read that wrong. Laba cut to the inside. Klingerman went through the ball to the outside. Almost intercepted by Malikoski. What he was worried about was staying in bounds.
Yeah, because he was near the end line. I think he got a little bit confused when Laba broke away from him.
Right.
And that caused him to take a step back to the receiver when the ball was thrown pretty far.
The problem there was Higgins got up in the quarterback's face when he was looking to lob it out on the timing pass. And when Higgins did that, quarterback pulled the ball back down, and that's when Laba ran a different route.
That's a motion call against Central, so that one automatically comes back. And it's a,
yes.
2 seconds, stays at second down and goal to go from the 10-yard line. Number 12, Torrey Smith split far left. Laba split far right for the Blue Jays. Flick goes into the slot. Klingerman back to pass. Rush from Sinkovic. Big rush, and should be a holding call against the Blue Jays. Great job by number 30, Sean Jamin, at 47, Steve Sinkovic.
Not only did he let 47 come in, get past him, but when he got past him, he reached out and tried to drag him down. Didn't do either thing very well and caused a penalty. And now the Blue Jays have self-destructed at the goal line. I mean, they have self-destructed. Now, Mount Carmel area is looking and saying to themselves, do we want to accept or not?
Yeah, you do down here because you don't want the field goal here.
Right.
You have to take it here.
That's what they're discussing now. He's looking at the sidelines. Castman's looking over to make sure we knew what they wanted to do. But you want to push him as far back as you can. And truly, the Jays, after such a crisp-looking drive to start the game, have now looked extremely bad in the last 3 plays down by the goal line. So they got to be a little bit disappointed. It brings up a
second.
It's still second down. It's third down on the
second and 24
scoreboard, but it's a 2nd and 24 now. The scoreboard has not changed yet with the down marker.
Looks like an official's timeout here as they run back to the ball. 2:47 left in the first, no score.
We've had 1 or 2 of these official things too. I don't know what they're doing there.
Scott Chappell at fullback and Flick at the tailback position. Klingerman looks in the corner at Laba. Good play made by number 29, Dan Malakowski.
Excellent play. Danny played it very well that time. He ran all the way back. He saw the route that Laba was running, and when he saw him breaking to the corner, he followed that way.
Well, they're testing Danny early in the game. Now, Danny apparently has drawn the coverage on Laba throughout the first period so far, and is now beginning to feel himself a little bit. And he was also, I want to remind people, sick this week.
Right.
He came down with that pleurisy bug that's been striking
everybody
us throughout the last 2 weeks, so he was out of action for a couple days during the week too. So maybe taking him a little bit of time, but he's looking sharp now.
Third down, goal to go from the 24. Trying to draw a play to Flick. Read nicely by Costello, but he breaks the tackle and gets down to the 11-yard line. Nice move by Flick to get over Costello that time.
That's going to bring up, I would assume, a field goal attempt. Yes, that's exactly what it's going to be. The Jays will attempt a field goal.
Well, the kicker's number 25, Jason Laba. He's the receiver, the kicker, and does about a lot of things for this Blue Jay team.
The ball's placed down just past the Mount Carmel area 11-yard line.
That'll make it a 29-yard.
29.
Right?
From the hash mark.
Snaps back, it's down, good placement, it's up,
It's wide.
and no good, it's wide. So the Red Tornadoes hold, and they will take over first down and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
I'll tell you, that's going to take some of the wind out of the Jays' sails a little bit. Getting so close like that, had all the momentum, really looked like they were going to put Big Red down for one of the few times this season, I believe we may have gone down, and boom, Big Red's defense turns around and shoves them back, and a couple of their own penalties didn't help them either.
Mount Carmel area's defense has not allowed a point in the first quarter in 14 games. That's the streak that was going. 1:41 left in the first down and 10, Red Tornadoes. Karnaski pitches back to Veach, trying it around the outside. Big hit from number 30, Flick. Gain of about 2 yards.
Again, now you have Flick there. Flick's been in his face all night, in the whole first quarter.
Someone down for the Red Tornadoes right now.
What you're looking at here is you're probably looking at speed on speed.
Yeah.
They're putting Flick on Veach, and
looks like number 65, Ricky Harris. That'll put number 64, Mike Sinkovich, in at guard for the Red Tornadoes while they work on Rick Harris's leg. I don't know if it's a cramp or if they're down on his knee there, Warren.
I can't, the ref is standing directly. I think it's a cramp myself, but I can't really tell.
No, they're bending his knee
here
right
we go.
now.
I'm sorry.
There we go.
You get the monitor, it's easier to see, isn't it? There we go. They're checking his knee out. You guys are right. I'm not used to the high-tech stuff in here. I do wonder on the coldest night of the year where the heater went, though.
To the van.
it's down there.
It's in the van.
Oh, I know where the heater went.
No, Mr. Novotny has it
Mr.
tonight.
Novotny's appropriated the heater. Oh.
Rick Harris up, and they're going to help him off right here. So
There'll have to be words at halftime about this, guys. They're asking for, I believe, help to bring him off. They want 2 guys to go out and help him come off.
1:26 left in the first quarter. Central Columbia's offense came out with a fired-up pass, throw, and run offense, and they did a good job getting it down, but then could not finish off. And that's the biggest thing when you get to these games, is to finish that off.
Again, I think you're seeing such a big difference in last week to this week with Wyalusing.
Right.
No speed. I mean, such big kids, but not a whole lot of speed. They were good players, but there was no speed there. Whereas this case, a much smaller group, but very, very fast.
Second down, 7 yards to go for the Red Tornadoes. Veach off the right side. Finds some running room. Now he's in the open.
Nice move.
He's at the 50. He's at the 40. One man to run him down. Has the angle on him, but doesn't get it. Touchdown, Red Tornadoes. Brett Veach does a dandy from the right side, and good blocking, and the fire truck goes off up on the hill.
That, you've seen that play, and you've seen him do it. But when you saw the angle that kid had,
number 20.
20 had a complete. I mean, there was no way he should have been able to outrun
and I
him.
even called he had the angle. Jason Cunningham. And there's the fire truck up on the hill.
Unbelievable that he outran him like that. That was, oh my goodness. It's truly a pleasure to watch this kid run.
In to attempt the extra point, number 64, Mike Sinkovich. Snaps down, the kick's up, and it's good. With 1 minute left in the first quarter, the score, the Red Tornadoes 7, the Blue Jays from Central Columbia nothing.
I'll tell you what, you have to, that right side of the line has done everything in the first quarter, I think, that we have asked him.
And that was actually the first play of Mike Sinkovich over there at right guard to do that. So good blocking that side. Sinkovich was at right guard, 76 Boyer at tackle, and 75 Jonathan Else at center.
I mean, I think, you talked about Brett Veach. He's broken a record that those of us who have watched Mount Carmel area football for the past 35 years or so thought wouldn't fall. I mean, it's easy to see why he'll be All-State when the All-State comes out this year, right. I think, with Costello. And I think, again, Evans is going to be an All-State guy this year. And I think if we can get to the finals, I think we may put somebody else on there, too. I think we have a chance for a lineman to go on there. I really believe that.
That there was the 15th consecutive game that Brett has scored in.
Yes, there's another one. There's another
one.
Record riding right along. So
unbelievable. His career. I mean, his is the kind of career that's going to when he's finished and he's done, you're still going to have to look back to really appreciate everything that he's done in the 4 years that he's been here. And a big game is when the big players shine, and this is what he's doing tonight. It was just an amazing run.
64 will kick off for the Red Tornadoes. Mike Sinkovich.
As usual, ooh, did it? It almost stayed right there.
That almost stayed in bounds. I was watching it through the binoculars. That's why we didn't call it. So this one will come out to the 35-yard line.
About a foot, and it died. It hit the spin, stopped the ball. It was a foot out of bounds.
I thought he was going to just sit it right on the edge there and be done with it.
A legal procedure called. Well, that's on the kickoff against the Red Tornadoes.
I saw the Cinco's dad, of course, Greg, today in town. I was at the Academy Sports Center, and he gave me what I guess all parents told me. I asked him, where he was going. He said he wanted to go home and throw up for the game and get ready.
I know the feeling.
Tells you what happens in a player's family before a game like this.
Klingerman on the option again, finds some running room and gets about a 7-yard gain in on the tackle. Joe Chicatano and Sean Jamin, but again, working that option good on the right side of their offense.
I'll tell you what, it's the best option team we've seen. I guess this is about the third, with the sort of fear that we've seen, you could almost call that an option also, but this looks like a true option here, and boy, they're running it very well.
.30 seconds left in the first quarter. Red Tornadoes in the lead, 7-0. Klingerman drops back the pass. Finds running room now as the attack got by him. First down, Blue Jays at the 49-yard line. Tackle made by 41, Joe Costello.
He's an athlete, and that's what he's going to hurt you in so many ways. I mean, he'll drop back, he'll throw a pinpoint pass, but if he doesn't look like he's going to do that, he can turn on a dime and start running the ball, and he's an excellent ball carrier. So he's going to make this defense work tonight for the entire game. He really will. It's the end of the quarter coming up. Here we go.
The end of the first quarter, the score, the Red Tornadoes 7, the Blue Jays nothing. Good quarter for the Red Tornadoes.
Check the scoreboard out, gang. There it is. There's the scroll on top, the computerized scroll that they can put anything out they want up there as far as the notices and messages and stuff. Really, really a big time for the scoreboard again. I'll give you a chance. Here we are at the quarter break, reminding you, ladies and gentlemen, that you are watching WKMC TV. We are broadcasting to you straight from the facilities on the Mount Carmel Area High School campus over a microwave signal WLX267. We are an instructional fixed television service, and you catch us on a Wednesday night, 8 p.m., Channel 13 on the Service Electric cable system.
Clairman sets up the Blue Jays. On a roll to his left. Oh, Malachowski was there all the way, covering number 21, Andy Belolan.
What was this one again?
Belolan. It's B-E-L-O-L.
Belolan, yeah,
Belolan.
Belolan. That's a hard name. You know how many times you say that name?
I
It's
knew
going to be
that.
a hard one.
I had it all day working on that.
You've been practicing that?
Yeah. I didn't say it right, but I had worked on it.
Yes, you're one of those parents that spent the whole day on pins and needles,
Yes,
too.
it was one of those days.
all part of the ambiance of the game here.
Fleck, the only tailback, or the only back in the backfield for the Blue Jays. Trips right, lone receiver to the left. He throws it over the middle. Joe Chicacano read it all the way.
Did.
No blitz was on. They dropped the linebackers back in pass coverage. Beautiful job by the Red Tornado defense.
And importantly, you had so many people in coverage, but importantly with that, you still put pressure.
Yep.
And when this kid's pressured, that's where you're gonna make the mistake. And that's like any high school quarterback in the world. You get a little bit of pressure on him, he's not going to be nearly as good as he came into the game being.
Third down, 10 yards to go for the Blue Jays. Back to pass, big rush. It's a screen pass, intercepted by Eric Higgins on the 39-yard line. First down, Red Tornadoes at the 29-yard line. Big rush by the Red Tornadoes.
You got two people that you can give credit to right there. Jay Malachowski coming out and Higgins. Those two guys right there put so much pressure on the quarterback. When he turned around, he just threw the ball. The receiver was in the correct position, but there's the interception because of the pressure.
11:42 left in the first half. Red Tornado offense gets the ball on the Jays' 29-yard line.
Again, Higgins, that size, you know. I mean, Jamin, that size dominates sometimes when they have a quarterback that's not real tall.
Karnaski, back to pass, looks at Jamin, rifles it to the 21-yard line, incomplete. Second down, 10.
I think our defense has sort of realized that they're in the game in the first quarter.
Yeah.
They're, with
got
the
a little
moving
wake-up
down,
call there.
a wake-up call, and now they've certainly stepped up their play.
Karnaski to Veach. Tried it up the middle, found some running room, and turned to the right side, which really blocked up. A lot of people came into the middle of the line right there. So Red Tornadoes will be faced with a second down and about 7.
No, it'll be third.
Third down and 7.
Third and long now. Because the first play was the incomplete pass on first down.
Thank you.
Got it.
You're my main man.
Well, you're a dad tonight,
Yeah,
so I
that's a little exciting.
I gotta cover your back a little bit tonight. That's no problem. I can do that.
Am I getting loud?
No, you're okay.
No,
you're okay. You're allowed to get loud if you want. Go ahead.
Costello in the backfield for the Red Tornadoes. Karnaski fakes the draw play to him, rolls a little bit, looks in the corner of the end zone at Veach. Oh, what a great defensive play.
That's Evans down there, right?
Was it Evans?
Evans.
That's
That's
Evans.
who it was.
Defensive play by number 12, Torrey Smith. Well, now we'll have a 4th down and 6 and see what the Red Tornadoes have in store for the Blue Jays at this point.
Malachowski in with the play.
That was there all the way, too.
Yeah, he fooled the cornerback
Yep,
a little bit
yep.
that time. The cornerback recovered. I'll say that for him. He did recover, but not just quite in time to stop it.
Big 4th down play here for the Blue Jays defense. Karnaski fakes to Costello.
Look at the time.
Oh, look at the receivers covered. Vick's going to run with it. Tucks the ball away. Gets
He
to
got
the
it.
21st. Oh! And he falls
my
over
goodness.
somebody at the 15-yard line. But
Oh, what a hit.
Karnaski just ran him
believe that?
over.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, did you see him lower his shoulder?
I tell you what, 61's getting up slow.
Oh, my goodness. Wow. The freight train broke loose and went off the track. Oh, my goodness, what a hit, folks. Oh, man.
That is a highlight film right
Oh,
there.
And
a clip
everybody
for
was
some
covered.
college.
He had to do that. We
Yes,
watched.
he did.
They were covered. He had to do that.
Hey, he's a nightmare in the open field, though, if you're trying to tackle this guy. Look at the size of him and the way he goes at you.
1st and 10. Veach Tries it off the right side. Running room that time down to the 9-yard line. Good blocking by the line.
I'd let him loose. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
So you just have a game someday when you just let him run. Oh, can he go at you?
And at that point, he had the first down. He really didn't. At that point,
he didn't need to
wasn't-
do that one.
Might not have been sure of it either, though, so he was going for it.
I think he liked it, to tell you the truth. He lowered his shoulder and went at him.
Second down, 4 yards to go. 9:49 left in the first half. Power backfield for the Red Tornadoes. Goes the Veach. Same place on the right side to the 4, maybe to the 3-yard line. First down and goal to go from the 3-yard line.
And the Jays are starting to soften a little bit now. Big Red is starting to see the cracks. They're starting to see what they were doing defensively. They've adjusted a little bit. And the line is now dominating. They're getting the push, and the Jays are being pushed back 2-3 yards off the line of scrimmage. And that doesn't bode well for the defense if that continues to occur. Again, a nice drive by Big Red so far. 9:18 remaining in the second quarter. First down, right?
First down. First down and goal to go from the 4. They put the ball on the 4-yard line. Tight defensive formation here for the Blue Jays. Karnatski pitches back to Veach. They're going to go to the outside.
Great
Look at the hole.
Yes.
Touchdown, Red Tornadoes. Good call that time by the Red Tornado offense or by the coaches.
Now, if you were the Blue Jays, you saw that formation sitting in front of you right now at this point in time in the second period. Where do you think it was going to go?
Right up
It's
the
going to
middle.
go to the right. Correct?
To the right,
To the right side, right off tackle, between the tackle and guard. That's where we've run it so far,
Yeah,
5
left.
times in a row. Now all of a sudden we go left.
And when they get that train moving to the left like that, that's tough to defense then.
64, Mike Sinkovich to attempt the extra point. The snaps down, the kicks up,
He got
and
it.
it's good. With 8:54 left in the first half, the score, the Red Tornadoes 14, the Blue Jays nothing.
And I'll tell you what, they decorated the town, 3rd Street, when the Blue Jays came in. You look over our booth here, and it's a sea of red and white hats. They're selling hats in the stands right now. And that's what we were looking for. We're urging everybody who's going to follow us into Altoona, get as much red and white on as you can. You know, dress for the occasion and let them be able to look up in the stands and just see red. Right now, the Blue Jays are seeing red as they've been rocked for 2 touchdowns now in a span of about 5 minutes. And they've got to be wondering right now what they're doing wrong defensively.
Looking down on the sidelines right now on the bench of the Red Tornadoes, Ricky Harris has a coat on, and Doc Greco over talking to him. Coach Conley comes over and talks to him. It's tough when you're a senior and you were in there and you were doing it, and now all of a sudden you're hurt and you have to watch this one on the bench. But a lot of people coming over and giving Ricky Harris support, and he deserved it.
Bus was just over having a conversation with him, too.
Yep. Kicking off, number 64, Mike Sinkovich. Taken by number 1, Danny Henriksen. Breaks it to the outside and is knocked out of bounds on the 42-yard line. Dan Malakowski drives him out of bounds.
And did what he had to do. He stayed in his lane. Danny did, and made sure he kept him to the inside.
The cheer from the crowd, and you guys will all know on Wednesday night what happened here, but we heard the early score of Marion Catholic 7, North Schuylkill nothing. 14-0 here at the Silver Bowl. The Blue Jays first down and 10 from the 42-yard line. And flags on the play. That should be a delay of game against the Blue Jays. We'll wait for the official call. There it is.
And a delay a game after the kickoff. How did they do that?
You still have the 25
Yeah, I know,
second
but
clock
I mean,
going. Okay.
You certainly have enough time to get a play
Right,
run
right.
after the kickoff. That's an unusual delay a game penalty. In a first ever meeting between Big Red and,
Yeah,
and the
isn't
Central
that's
Columbia Blue
unusual
Jays.
too that we've had.
And they're kind of close. It's funny we've never
Right.
seen them before, but this is our
Well,
first
2
ever.
this year with Central and Southern, both Columbia County schools.
Right.
Klingerman rolls to his right. Chased by Sinkovich.
Yes.
He's hit by number 30, Sean Jamin. No, it's Malakowski, number 60. Jason Malakowski. I saw the 0 and thought it was Sean. Sorry, Jason.
See, the two ends are what's the real key here now. Both Higgins and Jamin.
For containment.
They are completely botching up the offense for Central Columbia. He's not used to having to look over these kids, apparently. He's not a real tall quarterback. We've said this before. Small quarterbacks, when they go against our defense, are at a disadvantage because of the height of those two ends. And right now, they're using it to their greatest advantage.
Second down, 20 yards to go. Klingerman on the option. Pitches back to Flick. And he's tackled on the 39-yard line. Initial hit, 29, Malachowski. Finished off by 41, Costello.
See what you got, though, after the pitch. You got Steve Sinkovich laying on top of the quarterback back there. And we've seen that time and time again. The Dallas game was a big indication of that, where their quarterback or their halfback.
Well, if you see here, too, they're going with Steve Sinkovich at tackle in place of his brother Mike, and they have Jeff Evans at nose. So a little different defensive alignment here for the Red Tornadoes on 3rd down and 12. Klingerman back to pass. Rush from Higgins. And complete. Is it complete?
No.
Incomplete to number 12, Torrey Smith.
That wasn't even close.
He can't see.
No.
I mean, he simply can't see past the two big ends.
And he was right.
Yeah,
Higgins, if you saw Higgins on that one, he had his hands up going in.
The quarterback simply can't. He doesn't have the passing lane right now. I mean, he's not able to see his receivers.
And also the not only the ends, but I think our two guards with Malachowski on one side putting amounts of pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah,
and
they're pushing him out of his usual spot even where he would normally throw from.
Punting formation for the Blue Jays, number 34, Jason Coleman. Short kick, bounces on about the 31, taken by Evans on about the 30. Runs back, tries a stiff arm, and is run down at about the 24-yard line by number 1, Danny Hendrickson. First down, Red Tornadoes from the 24, 7:10 left in the first half.
I'm really amazed when I look at the field how well it looks compared to what had happened to it last week, of course, with the torrential downpour in the middle of the Wyalusing game, and it had taken so much rain. But a good kind of dry week and real cold temperatures is making the field at least playable tonight. There doesn't seem to be any problems whatsoever with footing.
Tries to Costello up the middle, gets about 2 yards only to about the 26-yard line.
So that's a good play in that it serves two purposes. One, it keeps the defense honest, and two, it bruises everybody in the middle when he goes through.
Well, if you look at 61, the left tackle made the stop, and they're just coming right across in there to make that stop.
When you say softening up the defense, Cashman truly is
he
a
can
softener.
soften it up.
He'll soften you when he goes through.
Karnaski pitches back to Veach. Good block from Boyer. Cuts it back to the middle of the field. First down and more to the 39-yard line. Give Brett Veach credit on that one. What a great run.
Brett Veach did everything on that play. I mean, he was pinned down. He's turned. He swiveled. He did the spin move. He just ran through a guy, and then he took a guy head on at the end. He's having a monster game right now, folks. I'll be interested to see his stats at halftime.
6:16 left in the first half. 14-0, Red Tornadoes in the lead. The ball on the 39-yard line. I formation, Costello and Veach in the backfield. Tries Veach, gain of about 3 yards. Second down and about 7?
Yeah, I'd say 7. They're saying 5 on the scoreboard, but it looks longer than 5 to me. Scoreboard says 2nd and 5.
No.
But, no, there it is. They changed. They heard us. 2nd and 7 now.
Karnaski, quick drop back, fakes it to Malachowski. Now he's going,
got him.
running down the field. Intercepted.
Yes, it did. Laubach.
Yeah.
By Laba, and they had one-on-one coverage with Malachowski and Laba.
25.
But Laba, the best
20.
receiver for the Blue Jays.
Is Laubach 25?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He made a great adjustment
Yes, he
that
did.
time on the ball. He really did. And he showed you his hands. I mean, you get the ball close to that kid, he's going to catch it.
Well, he read it all the way too. He came back with Malachowski. 5:22 left in the first half. 14-0 Red Tornadoes. Klingerman with Labaugh split far right for the Blue Jays. Tries it to Fleck. Gets some running room this time and is tackled by Eric Higgins at about the 34-yard line, close to a first down.
I'll tell you what, that was a great play by Eric Higgins, reading the quarterback, first of all, moving away from him, and then cutting back behind his defensive line so he at least get in some type of a position for a cutback, and exactly what he did. Makes the tackle.
The timeout here for a measurement. Nice crowd for a cold evening here at the Silver Bowl.
Yes, it is, and Central brought a nice crowd. They have a good crowd over on their side of the and get a short trip, unlike Wyalusing, had to travel 800 miles to get here. It's not a bad trip. Central Columbia, of course, between Bloomsburg and Berwick in Espy,
right,
is where their school is actually located. So not a bad trip for them to come over and see the boys play tonight.
Well known for its swimming.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't know that.
Big swim teams.
Also known for their baseball.
And baseball.
Oh, big-time
yeah?
baseball.
Well, I'll bet you their pitcher's their quarterback right now, too. Nate Klingerman has a heck of an arm. Going to try it to Flick. Off the right side, Evans running him down, but he's finished off by Evans, Joe Chicatano, Malakowski, and Costello.
Yeah.
You get 4 tornadoes on you, it hurts.
I see the Jays have seemed to have changed a little bit of their offensive philosophy and now have gone back onto the ground for this series of plays where they were almost exclusively passing in the last time we saw them on offense.
Here, Coach Conley's gone with Steve Sinkovich at the tackle again. It seems like in longer situations, it's sort of like his nickel defense.
Well, looking for a little bit of speed, probably. A little more speed with him and Jeff Evans as nose guard.
2nd down and 12, 4:15 left in the first half. Klingerman, short drop. Over the middle, hits his receiver in the back, number 30, Flick. And Flick was not reading the pass the way
Flick never turned
Klingerman
around.
did, but Klingerman hit him.
Klingerman did hit him, and if Flick would have looked going across the middle, he would have had a reception and probably a first down because he was wide open.
The second time we saw the receiver and the quarterback on a different page.
On a different page, yeah. Third down, 11 yards to go. Big defensive play here for the Red Tornadoes. They could get the ball back with 4 minutes left in the first half. Klingerman, back to pass.
Ooh, looked like a tackle.
Looks on a real long pass here. Malakowski going step for step with Labaugh. Intercepted. What a great interception by Dan Malakowski. That is as good as you will see against the best receiver probably in the district.
Well, let's put it this way. Turnabout is fair play. That was we just had it down here on the 20-yard line.
Wow. Dan Malakowski will put that one on for you again.
He played it perfectly. The fall, the ball. In fact, he got tripped right at the end and still made the reception. So great interception by Malakowski, and nothing we haven't seen the entire year. Having absolutely a stupendous year in the defensive backfield for Mount Carmel area, and just a joy to watch.
3:57 left in the first half. Tries the Veach. Off the right side, gets some running room to the 29-yard line.
Boy, oh boy, I'll tell you what. Look at it. Look at that line. That line is all the way down. Chicatano getting up, and there's Boyer getting up 27. There's Evans. I mean, they're all the way down there 7 yards before Veach even catches up to them and is tackled.
3:33 left on the clock.
This game seems to be going quick, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
It does.
Hey, when you play championship games, they usually go a little faster for some reason. Power formation to the left. They go to the left. Oh, big read that time. Number 30
Flick.
in on the tackle, which is Fleck. And where's he from? Safety. They have their safety all the way up on the line on that
34
play.
Coleman was also in
He's a defensive end.
in the middle there too.
It looked like somebody was blitzing to that side to our left.
Well, you would think it was probably Flick because he was the safety coming right up there. 3rd down and about 3 yards to go for the Red Tornadoes.
It's sort of a bad move. You put a full house backfield in with Jamin and Higgins that we have 2 great receivers on your ends. Boy, you're looking to cut your own throat.
Yeah, they don't look like the blitz is coming on this one, though. They spread it out a little bit. Karnaski fakes the run.
There it is.
Looks over the middle and almost intercepted by number 12. 14 that time, which is Mike DeRay, and he's a inside linebacker. So the linebackers didn't even come on that play.
No.
playing some smart defense. So they're judging when they're trying to guess when we're going to run and when we're going to throw, and so far have hit it twice in this drive.
And they have some speed, and that's a real difference with them. They've got
Right.
some speed, and they're matching up fairly well.
Timeout called by the Red Tornadoes.
Now they don't have as much speed, but they are matching well, and they're well coached.
Looks like we were missing one person. Looked like there were 10 players on the field for the Red Tornadoes, and they put an extra guy in there now.
Well, there's 2 minutes and 37 seconds left in the second quarter. Taking a timeout is not a bad idea. Make sure we're all on the same page here as we're about to punt.
You know, a lot of people talked, and you heard a lot of talk this week about that Central, we'd blow them out by the first half. I've heard that a lot. But there were other people that said, this team you have to have respect for because they have good athletes. I think it's proved it tonight.
Yeah.
You can really see that there are some good athletes out on that field. Not only in Labaugh and Klingerman, but as you go down the line with Coleman and DeRay and Chappell, I mean, there's some good football going on here at the Silver Bowl tonight. Costello in punt formation, snaps back. The Blue Jays set up for a run back. Fair catch called for. Oh, he almost let it go. Number 12, Torrey Smith, and it'll be first down Blue Jays from the 34-yard line. Puts the Red Tornado defense back out on the field.
It carried a little further than he thought there and nearly got behind him. Big Red now, as the second quarter is winding down, it would be dominating on defense a little bit. The Blue Jays have not really made much yardage since the first quarter, that first drive.
Right.
And the defense seems to be tightening up as each minute goes by.
And it looks like the right side of the Blue Jay offense goes offsides.
And that doesn't help.
I mean, the quarterback wasn't even under the center.
No,
yet.
I don't know what
took
they were
off.
doing there. I mean, talking about going early, that's early. That's as early as it gets.
That was a quick count.
I mean, the only way you go earlier is when you're in the huddle.
First down and 15 again for the Blue Jays, the second time that they've done this. Torrey Smith split far right, Labaugh split far left. Flick, the lone back, pitches back to Flick. Going to try it around the right side. He cuts it back and goes nowhere. Gains about 1 yard. Chicatano in there, along with 64, Mike Sinkovich, and 41, Joe Costello.
I'll tell you what, between Higgins or not Higgins, Jamin's over on that side, and Jay Malakowski actually turned him in that time. He's taken his offensive man, the tackle, completely to the outside. He's actually controlling it, what's going on over there.
1:57 left in the first half. Flick goes in motion to the left side. Second down, 14 yards to go. Klingerman back to pass. Big rush. Mike Sinkovich has him, and still they finish him off. But actually,
you talk about some hits.
Jamin helped finish him off.
Higgins actually took a good
shot
section
from
of that
Sinkovich.
hit there, and
He took it from Sinkovich.
yeah, he got hit by our own guy there.
We got flags on the play here on sportsmanlike conduct against the Red Tornadoes.
Late hit.
Well, something happened
Yeah.
after the play.
I think that's probably what they're
I
calling.
don't think it was the late hit. Boy, right now, Coach Williams and Coach Conley are not real thrilled with this official.
There's some questionable calls. In the first quarter, there was one over down here when we had the ball, and now this one.
That's going to give him a first down.
Oh, yeah,
by
definitely a
yard.
first down. Well, is it automatic on the unsportsmanlike or not?
It's 15 yards.
Well, there it comes, being marched off. It's going to move the ball to the...
And it was 3rd and 14, so
Moves it to the 37-yard line.
Then it's not a first down.
No.
It's a 10-yard. How long was that?
Well, it must have been from where they tackled
Yeah.
him. So if it was 15, it
That's
where
moves
it's
it
at.
up.
Oh, I
37,
wasn't from
right.
the line of scrimmage then.
No.
Okay. And it's still 3rd and 7 then. I thought it was going to go the full 15.
Klingerman rolls to his right. Rush from
Heads
Higgins.
up.
Intercepted by Dave Evans
got
at
it.
the 40-yard
got it.
line. Good
Way to go,
interception.
David.
Great job by Eric Higgins to put the rush on. And the Higgins and Evans duo does
Yeah.
a great job on defense on that
Ooh.
play.
Again, Evans with another interception
Yep.
all over the field in all the right spots. Again, I said that's why he's an all-state candidate. Again, though, you got to keep saying this. I know it's redundant, but again, Higgins was the guy on the pressure, the tall end. You have Jamin on the other side that was keeping contained. And right now, between Jamin and Higgins, they're completely dominating the Blue Jays
look
offense.
at this. Look at this.
Shotgun
trips over here.
formation.
Nobody.
Trips are there for the Red Tornadoes. Good blocking. Karnatski has lots of time. Hits Jamin on the 29, and he gets out of bounds at the 29-yard line. That will be close to a first down.
You see how much time he had to throw the
Yes.
ball.
Well,
My
did you see
goodness.
what they did? They dropped their three backs and also the three linebackers automatically dropped straight back. So you probably only had three people rushing that time.
Don't give Vic Karnatski that much time.
Oh, Vic could have had lunch. I think he did have lunch. When you're to his size, you have lunch a lot. I don't think you just have lunch once.
1:08 left in the first half. Jamin, nice job to get out of bounds. Defense shifts. Now they shift back.
Oh,
Karnatski still on his feet to the 37-yard line, and that was a rush. It caved in from the ends that time. I'm not sure how that one happened.
tell you what, though, you see what he did there. He took 3 good hits before
Yeah.
he went down.
Yeah.
I thought the first guy just bounced right off him. Well, he is one tough guy. I'll tell you what. He is just an amazing guy out there.
57 seconds left in the first half. Second down, 20 yards to go for the Red Tornadoes. Costello and Veach in the backfield for the Red Tornadoes. Karnatski back to pass, rolls a little bit, shovel pass to Veach, read nicely by number 14. Torrey Smith stayed with it all the way that time. And the clock runs at 45 seconds, third down and 20 yards to go.
That time he really did know what the play was, and he never budged from Veach the whole time. He just waited for the ball to get shoveled to him. Get one more play off here.
Yeah, right now it looks like Mount Carmel's content to just leave her run down. They have the 14-0 lead, and that's about all you need to win a district championship game. Into the first half here. Snaps back from the shotgun. Going to do a fly into the end zone. No, he looks over here at Higgins. Hits him on the 21, out of bounds with 13 seconds left on the clock. Nice pass. Advantage so far. Karnatski over Klingerman.
Oh, absolutely.
I think the
That
big
one hit is the advantage of the evening,
right.
if you ask me.
the big difference is the line play
Yeah.
also. I mean, Vic.
Well, no, but
and-
we read the Bloomsburg paper today, and they gave our offensive line the advantage, but they also gave Klingerman the advantage over Karnatski, and I wasn't real sure about that. And right now, I
Well-
give advantage Karnatski.
Yeah,
See, the difference between the difference is the defense, the pressure that Klingerman is getting now. You know, that's where the problem comes in.
Timeout call by the Red Tornadoes, and that's the last timeout for the Red Tornadoes.
And actually, I haven't seen too much from Klingerman, except for the first quarter where he made his 20-yard pass down here.
We're going to kick a field goal, folks.
I think that's what he's looking at.
We're going to try to kick a field goal from the ball sitting right on the 20.
It's going to be about a
37 yards.
37-yarder.
How come we always have so much trouble figuring
I
out
don't
that
know.
17 yards at it?
Especially when you have
Well,
Wayne here, who should know what
Every
the
time
heck
we
he's
try to
talking
figure out a
about.
field goal,
Well,
it
you
takes
know
us
what I-
10 minutes to
You
figure
know
out
what
how long it's
I
going
wait
to
until
be.
you're done spitting all over your
I didn't say
microphone
anything.
there, and then I figured, well, I might as well tell you. You really only go about 7 yards back from the
Right, so
line of
it's
scrimmage.
so 17 yards onto where the line of scrimmage is. You and I have calculators out here trying to figure out where the thing's going to come from.
Sinkovic looking, I guess, a good spot for Sinkovic
Yes,
to
it
try
is.
one here. It's
Keep his head down.
Matt Montgomery, the holder. The snap's back, it's down, the kick's up, and wide to the left. Still 8 seconds left on the clock. Time for one more pass from Klingerman.
That might have been our longest field goal attempt of the year, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think we tried one from that distance before.
I think sometimes on a cold night like this, it's tough. Here's one for Wayne. Is it tougher on a cold night, Wayne, with that ball being harder?
No.
No?
Believe it or not, no.
He could tell us that. How do we know?
I don't know.
I played in some cold games.
Last play of the first half. Klingerman just downs the ball, and this one will run the clock down. The score at the end of the first half, the Red Tornadoes 14, the Blue Jays nothing. We'll be back with some halftime stats in 1 moment.
Okay, gang, we're here at the halftime stats. A little bit less than you're used to at halftime, but the halftime interview is actually the head referee in the game, so we have to do without him tonight. But we'll give you some statistics, and some of them are going to amaze you. Mount Carmel area has rushed the ball 21 times for 170 yards in this first half alone. They passed the ball 4 of 10 for 36 yards. Individually, this is what you want to look at. You've seen him do it tonight. Number 22, Brett Veach. He rushed the ball 16 times for 157 yards, ladies and gentlemen, in the first half, 118 yards in the first quarter alone. Costello was 2 times for 8 yards. Evans 1 for 4 yards. Vic 2 for 1 yard, of course, and we all remember that he loses his yardage when he's sacked, but if you remember the hit on the sidelines when he did get loose, it's worth that alone if he gets nothing else the rest of the evening. Individually in the catching department, Jamin was 1 catch for 13, Higgins 1 for 15, Veach 1 for 1 yard. That was the shovel pass that was stopped for a yard. And Evans 1 for 7. We had 7 first downs in the first half. Central Columbia, on the other hand, in the rushing department, they're 14 for 79 yards. Almost all of it would be with Flick. In the passing department, they're 2 of 10 for 38 yards, and it's interesting to note that the first 2 passes of the ball game were completed, and they have not completed a pass since. So it reflects that Mount Carmel area's defense has completely tightened up over the whole length of the first half of play. And again, the real key here is Veach. He has dominated the Central Columbia defense here in the first half, and we expect to see that to continue in the second half, and we'll be with you in about 10 seconds.
Back to start the second half, and to start the second half, we're going to talk about a little bit Central Columbia will be receiving on this one, but talk a little bit about 14 guys that are playing on this field tonight for the last time on the Silver Bowl. Read their names now at halftime because it gets toward the end of the game and we're dealing with who's winning the district.
Absolutely.
Number 6, Vic Kernaski. 22, Brett Veach. 29, Dan Malakowski. Number 30, Sean Jamin. Number 40, Damian Ziegler. 41, Joe Costello. Number 45, Ryan McGee. 56, Gary Dunn. 65, Ricky Harris. 66, Joe Chicatano. 76, Mike Boyer. 81, Mike Zavarik. Number 83, Eric Higgins. Guys, thanks for the memories.
Absolutely.
4 years of unbelievable football. You group of seniors have lost 1 game at home. You've had 43 career wins. In 1967 through 1970, that group of people, I guess as we called it the golden era of Mount Carmel football, had 44 wins. So you are in an elite group, the 14 of you, and we as announcers, parents, and fans, thank you.
Absolutely. You have given us many things to remember over our lifetimes. Of course, all of them here. The seniors 2 years ago, a state championship was brought here in Mount Carmel area, and they are now with 1 half to go in a district final, about to embark on that road to Altoona one more time. And it's truly an amazing thing to see. You get to meet these kids. If you're at Supper Club and you saw every one of them now over the period of 4 years that they've played here, it's truly an amazing thing. And they're all great kids, and you know, you hate to see them leave. You really do.
Yep.
But you know that they're going to go on to big things. They always do, and that's the best part about it. You almost feel like you had a part in them somewhere. A very small one, give it, but it was still a part.
Kicking off for the Red Tornadoes, number 64, Mike Sinkovich. Going to the right side again, bounces out of bounds at the 25-yard line. They'll bring the ball up to the 35-yard line. And I'm not too sure that's not a half-bad kick to get it. The ball start in the 35, know where we're going to take over.
Well, you're looking at Flick here, one of their best runners, 1,400 yards on the season back there to receive it. Certainly you do not want to put the ball in his hands and let him do whatever he can do.
Well, they have Flick on that side. They put Lawbaugh in the middle, and they have Torrey Smith on the far side. So any one of those 3 guys can run with the ball.
After the year, I still want to ask him if he's doing it on purpose. I want to know.
First down, Blue Jays. Tries it to Flick off the right side. Oh, read nicely by 30, Sean Jamin, but the tackle made by number 60, Malachowski, and also in there, I guess Jamin also in there, but boy, good job that time. Second down, 10 yards to go.
Well, it started off the second half the way it ended in the first half with one of the ends closing down a play. And truly, I think if it continues, you're going to remember this game for Veach, for Kornatsky so far, of course for the cast man in the middle, but for the two ends. You're going to remember those two ends.
There again, Eric Higgins reads the play, has Flick out here, everybody chasing him.
Oh.
And he gets a block and Flick's on his way.
No,
He's to the 29, run down by Dave Evans at the 21-yard line, but a good run. Somebody threw a great block that time out here for the Blue Jays.
Got to give Flick credit on that play. He was hemmed in. You don't see that very often against Big Red. And he truly is an athletic kid. He can run the football.
Yes, he can.
And that was all him on that one. He didn't have a lot of help as he went into that play.
He had no downfield blocking at all. It was just some great running and some great moves on his part.
And he did one of those where he just stayed and waited and waited and waited till Mount Carmel committed their defense, and then he went around them. Klingerman on the option. Gets away from everybody, still on his feet, and again, the Red Tornadoes fail to bring him down, and he goes to about the 11-yard line.
Boy, you're looking at one heck of a shot, and I don't know whether it was Sinkovich there or Mike Sinkovich, because both of them are on the field. Mike Sinkovich or Steve. Somebody gave Klingerman a shot right on the line of scrimmage and actually drove him back about 2 yards, and Klingerman kept his balance and picked up the first down.
Very important defensive stand here for the Red Tornadoes. Tries it up the middle, goes nowhere. 41 like Costello on the tackle.
First down.
Yeah,
and that's what they were going after, the first down, right. Sorry about that, I made it.
Quick test for Big Red's defense here as we open up the second half. There's 10-10 left in the third quarter. And the Big Red finds itself pretty much in the same spot it did in the beginning of the game early in the first quarter, defending its own goal line, the ball sitting on the 10-yard line of Mount Carmel area.
Goal to go for the Blue Jays from the 10-yard line. Klingerman on the option.
Nice play.
And a good play. Joe Costello on his feet.
The cast man doing what he does. That time he was holding the runner before he got the ball.
Loss of 3 yards.
He was literally holding on to his legs and running into the ball yet.
Second down and goal to go from the 13. More likely than not, you'll see Klingerman throw on this play, Wade.
I would think. Yeah, I think you're going to see somewhat of a rollout, or they might go to the option play again.
Short drop. He's just a quick pass. Malachowski with the interception. Give Dan Malachowski credit. They've talked so much about Laba on that play, and Malachowski's covered it perfectly tonight.
I think that's going to be the other thing you're going to think about is the game Malachowski's had against Laba tonight.
Excellent game, and there's Montgomery standing back there looking to swat the ball away. He was in excellent position too, which gives Danny what he wants to do, control to watch the ball and to make the interception.
Truly an exceptional effort by the defense. And again, Malachowski he's covering Laba all the time and has completely shut him down.
Yes,
as I said, the first two passes of the game were completed. They have not completed a pass since.
Veach finds a little room and gets for about a 5-yard gain. Definitely advantage to the Red Tornado cornerbacks and defensive backs.
I would expect that the reason that Lombaugh is over there on that side, I think they're trying to get him one-on-one with Danny because of maybe the speed disadvantage on the other side when you're putting him over here with Veach. But they don't realize how quick Danny is. Danny is one of the fastest defense, one of the fastest that we have back there.
Veach picks his hole. First down, Red Tornadoes at the 31-yard line. Nice job by that time by Veach to pick his hole behind Chicatano and Boyer.
He continues to pile up yardage tonight, having an outstanding evening, ladies and gentlemen. He is having outstanding evening tonight. That goes the old saying, the cream comes to the top in the toughies, and that's where you're seeing him at right now. He's at the top of his game tonight.
Karnaski from the power formation. Inside handoff to Evans. Finds some running room and goes for about a 6-yard gain to about the 36-yard line. 7:55 left in the third quarter.
I'll tell you what, you want to see some beautiful line blocking on that play. You look at the trap lock that was from Boyer going down on the tackle and Mike Sinkovich coming back over and kicking the end out. Unbelievable.
That was the Evans special.
Great execution.
And one guy read it. If that one guy doesn't read it, it goes for a long distance.
Yeah, absolutely.
Karnaski to Veach. Oh, cuts behind. This one's going to be sprung to about the 49-yard line. Still on his feet at the 45 and tackled at the 47-yard line. Nice run that time by Brett Veach. Good line blocking that time by the Red Tornado offensive line. Give credit over there on the right side. Boyer, Shikatano, Else. Then with Sinkovich and also 56 Dunn.
I'll tell you what, what's really nice there is when you see that wall of red that Veach can cut behind, and that's exactly what it is. It's such great blocking and shielding on all the defensive players that Veach can cut right behind them.
7 minutes left in the third quarter. 14-0, Red Tornadoes in the lead. Dave Evans tries one up the middle to about the 43-yard line. And again, good, smart offensive calls here by the Red Tornadoes. You keep it out of Klingerman's hands by running the ball.
Absolutely. That's a 5-yard pickup on first down, just about 5 yards. That's what you need to do. They're getting, again, the line surge is the key right now.
Right.
They're getting that surge, as Wayne said. You're giving Veach a little bit of time to pick where he needs to go and give him a half a second and cry because he's going to burn you.
Veach, there's the hole again. First down at about the 38-yard line.
And again, if you watch what he does when he goes through the line as he follows and he's very, very patient. And in fact, I think all of our
Not a first down.
our backs are
No problem.
all of our offensive backs are very patient in what they do. They're going through the line, they're watching what's going on in front of them, and then they're making their cuts.
5:48 left in the third. Power backfield for the Red Tornadoes. Power to the left side. They're going to go to the left. Veach, first down, Moore, picked his hole. Still on his way at the 5.
He's in. Touchdown.
Red
Give
Tornadoes.
him a touchdown.
He was in.
I don't care if I'm allowed to boo or not, I'm booing. Let him take that one in. He earned it. He got that touchdown. That's his. And I'll tell you what, he's going to be over 200 yards now, folks, tonight. And he's still in 5 minutes and 22 seconds left in the third quarter. He's gone over 200 yards rushing.
Power formation for the Red Tornadoes. Karnaski with the quarterback sneak.
And he's there.
Touchdown, Red Tornadoes. Mike Sinkovich, Joe Shikatano, and John Else leads them into the end zone.
Great line blocking that time. And again, the bus put it in low gear and told him to head on down the road. I'll tell you what, you throw Vic and the bus together, and you do not want to be in front of that tandem coming at you. My goodness. I don't think anybody has stopped the quarterback sneak in the whole season, to tell you the truth. That's the one lock play you're going to have with that group.
Mike Sinkovich in to attempt the extra point. The snap's back, it's down, the kick's up.
Good.
And it's good. With 5:06 left in the third quarter, the score, the Red Tornadoes 21, the Blue Jays nothing.
Big Red now opens up a 21-point lead. And what this means now is that when the Blue Jays take over on offense, they'll now shift their offense to a more passing operation, and they'll try to catch up. So you're going to see the ball in the air. And so far, that has not been a good thing for the Blue Jays. They have not had great success in the air since the first two passes in the beginning of the game.
Well, we're going to see it in the air, guaranteed.
Had, 3 interceptions already of Klingerman tonight by Big Red. And
3 interceptions and 2 or 3 dropped. Danny down in the corner down there off his hands. There, Shikatano in the center of the field here. So, you know, there's been some great opportunities also.
64, Mike Sinkovich will kick off for the Red Tornadoes.
But you're playing now into Big Red's hands now.
Oh, he's kicking it down this time. Going to be taken by Flick on about the 15-yard line. Brings the ball back up to about the 47-yard line and chasing him down there, number 45, Ryan McGee. Matt Montgomery also in on the hit.
I think you'll see Big Red now starting to get a little looser on defense, teeing off on the quarterback a little bit. Now they're going to keep you honest. You're going to see some draw plays. You'll see some screen passes probably here. And you might see the option, because the option is also not a bad play to run here when you're seeing pressure. But you do not want to be Nate Klingerman right now.
4:59 left in the third. On the option, and there it is. Flick fumbles the ball, bounces around, and covered by Higgins at about the 28-yard line. Flick recovers the fumble, but he's covered by Higgins.
But I'll tell you what, if he didn't fumble it, he may have scored. Completely caught us, and again, I just said the options the play want to see here, and completely they sealed us. We went to the quarterback, they sealed us down, and he may have scored. He really, because he's got some speed. Although I think he would have had to go through the angle of Veach.
Right.
And I don't know if he would have done that, because right now Brett somehow has brought an afterburner into his pants somewhere along the line. He's untouchable right now.
4:21 left in the third quarter. Second down and about 20. Klingerman on the end around, read by Malachowski, and then finished off by number 30, Sean Jamin, and flags on the play.
I'll tell you what. You give Jay Malachowski credit. There's a kid there that's playing an outstanding defensive game. You think he's a defensive end the way he's controlling his tackle and pushing him around. He's doing an outstanding job tonight.
I think we're going to take an unsportsmanlike.
Well, if they do, though, they called that one a little close because he was still maneuvering himself.
Right.
And when you're moving like that, you have to be able to hit that guy. He broke loose from a tackle. And then he was hit again, but he was still on his feet.
It's not him, though. It's not called on him.
Oh, okay.
No, it's called downfield.
Okay.
It was called on one of us downfield.
All right.
No, it wasn't on the play itself. It was a little bit further away. You saw a kid, I don't know if you were watching it, you saw somebody in a Blue Jay uniform go past you on the ground. He took a hit when he wasn't looking there, and they call it unsportsmanlike. I just called it a good hit.
Third down, 10 yards to go for the Blue Jays. The ball's on the 36-yard line. Don't look at the scoreboard. Klingerman back to pass.
Holding.
And, no, that was called.
Oh, he got hurt, guys.
Casting, what a hit.
And 47.
Jamin is there. Higgins is there.
This is a bench. This is a bench flag. This is a
on
flag.
us?
Yeah. He pointed. Let's see what he pointed at.
No, that's got to be holding.
Well, it's the wrong guy to call a holding.
Yeah, well, we've seen that, though, too.
He's still pointing back at the bench right now.
Is that
Unsportsmanlike Red
again?
Tornadoes against the bench. That's a bench call against the Red Tornadoes.
Well, it's pretty much the only way that the only way the Blue Jays are going to advance the ball.
Right. And they're taking a pounding doing it. That's the whole thing about it.
Let's go back a little bit to Klingerman. Klingerman took one of the most vicious hits of the ball game in the last play now.
Two plays.
Yeah, two
One
plays.
Higgins on that option play that they ran. Higgins just unloaded on him. Nobody even touched Higgins on the way in.
First down and 10 Blue Jays from the 45-yard line of the Red Tornadoes. Option play. Higgins covers it. Flick out here.
No.
Not going anywhere. Good coverage by the Red Tornadoes. And I think they just got more fired up than they were.
I think the Blue Jays are in serious trouble, folks.
Yeah.
I'm calling this one right now. You got 2 minutes and 56 seconds in the third quarter. The Blue Jays have lost ground on the last 4 consecutive offensive plays. That does not bode well for scoring a touchdown when you're moving backwards consistently. It's now 2nd and 13.
Klingerman going out of the I formation. Loblaw to the short side of the field here, to the left side of the field, covered by Evans. Back to pass, big rush, looks over the middle. Joe Costello in coverage, does a great job of knocking that one down.
I'll tell you what, though, what he did was he knocked it down, and exactly what you want, but I think Montgomery may have intercepted it had he not knocked it down. That's what I think Montgomery's saying right there. I almost had that one.
Third down, 13 yards to go for the Blue Jays.
I think you're seeing some of the shots now on Klingerman starting to wear.
Yeah, he's starting to take its toll.
Yeah.
There's nothing bad there. I mean, that kid,
No.
he's a gamer. He's a heck of an athlete, but he's taken a vicious pounding, especially here in the third quarter.
Again, double coverage on Law on the left side here. Klingerman back. Oh boy, Jason Malachowski. Give Big J credit on that one. Wow, did he blast through from left tackle.
Look at the stands, folks. If you could hear this crowd, you see red everywhere. And the Jays have been rocked, ladies and gentlemen. They are rocked on their heels here in the third quarter. Brings up a fourth, and they're going to be 23?
Yeah,
22
yards.
Fourth and 22, and that would be, the sixth consecutive play they lost yardage on offense since they took over the ball. So truly, Big Red's defense now making a statement here in the late stages of the third quarter.
Number 34, Jason Coleman in punt formation. Snaps back, gets it away, direction of Malachowski. Evans takes it on the 25, breaks free to about the 29-yard line. First down and 10, Red Tornadoes. A very hard kick to run back because it gets there.
It looks like a knuckleball,
right,
actually.
It takes so long to get there.
That doesn't matter. Dave's going to run back anyway. That's what I like about him. I figure Dave just wants to hit.
Well, by picking the ball,
he just wants to get rumbled up in there.
He saves 15
yards. You save 10 or 15 yards on a roll. So, yeah, I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm saying that in a good way. But I said most guys wouldn't pick the ball up in that kind of traffic, and he seems to thrive on that kind of thing. The more guys close to him, the better off he likes it.
1:25 left in the third quarter. Power backfield to the right side for the Red Tornadoes. Goes to Veach off the right side and goes to about the 32, 33-yard line.
61 on the tackle, and it's just good to see 61 is still moving around. It's Matt Sarge.
He has taken a beating tonight,
61 took a good wearing, but the best hit probably of the evening was the Kornatsky crunch as he was heading towards the out-of-bound marker. 61 was the guy that took that one, and believe me, tomorrow morning, whatever the outcome of this game is, he's going to wake up and say, oh.
51 seconds left on the clock in the third quarter.
That's going to be offside. We had motion on that one. And Castman says that was a touchdown. He broke into the clear. They'll call a motion on Big Red. Somebody kind of hiccuped there before the snap of the ball.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, just a little movement, a little rocking movement, and then they saw it.
Second down and about 12 yards to go. The ball on the 27-yard line. 41 seconds left in the third quarter. Jamin split to the far right side for the Red Tornadoes. Kornatsky, quarterback sneak. Still powering his way. And Kornatsky in the bus. About the 37
Look at 75-6, and Bus just says first down.
And you know what? Jonathan was getting up off the defender 7 yards downfield. So you know what Jonathan's doing also. I think Jonathan wants the ball to run with it.
He would be one of those things where you make that little message center in the top of the windshield express. Bus was on an express run there.
Boy, oh boy.
Third down and inches to go. Kornatsky goes to Veach. Up the middle, first down and more. Still on his feet, and boy, he's just doing a great job to the 49-yard line.
I'll tell you what, who's number 30? Is that Flick?
Yeah.
Flick.
Flick. He came in and grabbed Veach by the back of the jersey, leaning over the line of scrimmage. Or I think Brett would have been gone or close to maybe 20 yards on that one.
Now, folks, you're seeing outstanding defense, and you're seeing a running back who truly lit this field up on his last time ever running the football here in front of the Mount Carmel fans, and the Big Red fans will never forget this evening. He gave them something to remember forever.
What a way to finish at the Silver Bowl, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, when you have a career like him, you wonder how do you cap it off, but I'll tell you what, at least at home, he's capping it pretty well right now.
But you go through this whole play. Now you have to jump over to the defensive side. and you're looking at the Malakowskis, the two boys on the defensive side, what they're doing. You're looking at the Sinkoviches nose guard, Jeff Evans on the nose guard, Dave in the backfield. You got Brett back there, Malakowski. You got so many with Jamin and Higgins. Everybody's certainly, Bob, stepped up since the first quarter on defense. This is unbelievable. You got Chicatano coming in there in the linebacker position and Costello.
Karnaski gives it to Costello, 4 or 5 yard gain, about 4 yards to the 48-yard line. And right now, they're having a rough time getting off their backs. When they get knocked down, the Jays are just
tired. They're tired. They took some vicious hits. And again, they've been fairly overpowered here, especially in the second half of this ball game. The third quarter, they were completely disintegrated as far as offensively. And defensively, they're hanging on kind of now. But Veach, again, continues to rack yardage up here.
Veach cuts it back up the middle. Big hole, and he gets close to a first down. It's about the 41 or 42-yard line. I think it's...
We were discussing, Richie Byerson was just here, Wayne, and we were trying to determine, we talked about it last week, and you guys had the stats and I was doing the interviews, whether Costello had broken the consecutive start record, right? Is that what we were saying?
Right. He was tied last week, 50 with Mike Higgins, and this game
he did.
Right. He broke the consecutive game start record. And I'll tell you what, folks, tell me that isn't a hard one to break, too. So he adds another one to his fine record book that he's amassed over 4 years here, and he continues to go strong. So you've seen some records fall that truly are amazing, and they're records like that one you don't get a chance to talk about much, but truly an amazing accomplishment. And the one guy I want to talk about, as soon as this play is over, I want to remember to talk about him a little bit when we're done this offensive play here.
10:48 left in the ball game. Karnaski. Back to pass. Dick's going to roll with it. Now he has a little time, and he goes out of bounds. Smart play that time by Karnaski. Nobody open.
The one guy, again, and we talk about this every game, is Joey Schick, the linebacker. He gets overshadowed, and it's not his fault. It's not the other guy's fault. But he played, once again, that steady, complete game where he's not fooled. He's in on all the tackles. He nearly intercepts a pass. He plays on the offensive line, and you never see him. Nobody's seeing him doing what he's doing down there, but he's a devastating blocker on offense. Just once again puts his workmanlike day in and does all the right things. And you want to give him a little bit of credit tonight when you see what he's done.
Karnaski to Veach. Read that time, and one of the few losses tonight on that play.
The Jays should take a moment and enjoy that, because it's the only time they've seen him not cross the line of scrimmage. Give me a chance to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that this is WKMC TV. We are broadcasting to you directly from the campus of Mount Carmel High School over a microwave signal WLX267. We are a fixed instructional television service. You catch us Wednesday night, 8 p.m., Channel 13, Service Electric Cable System.
Karnaski fakes the Veach. Rush up the middle that time. Well, it was an end. Came around number 87. He comes from over on his right defensive end, Terzansky. Punting formation for the Red Tornadoes.
That time I think he had Jamin deep, and he just didn't see him back there. Jamin was roaming around pretty deep there by himself.
Costello in the punt for the Red Tornadoes.
And time continues to tick away.
Snaps back. Punts away. Big booming punt by Costello. Bounces on the 21-yard line. Still rolling and will be down somewhere around the 13-yard line. First down and 10, Blue Jays.
Ladies and gentlemen, with a big game like this, and we're trying to pack 8,000 things into a broadcast, we'd like to thank the following for making these past two district games available for telecasting to the public. They are Altamar Waste Disposal, Industrial Maintenance and Construction Company, King Cole Travel, Ed and Donna Malakowski, Lori Templin, and Bob Chicatano. This evening is our final football telecast for the 1996 football season. We sincerely hope we have brought a little sports entertainment to the fans who shared our weekly telecasts.
Klingerman sets the Blue Jays. Tries to flick up the middle. Finds a little running room for about 8 yards to the 22-yard line.
And now the most important announcement that I'll make throughout this game. Thanks must be given to all of the young crew members who give a great deal of their time to put together a video event that you're able to watch and enjoy every week. They are on camera during the season. Joe Novotny, Andrea Wine, Ryan Devine, Tara Goodlunas, Chris Boyer, Joe Mazer. On the master control, Gary Tresker, and our newest crew member, the other young one, John Baluta. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot thank those people enough because, again, you would not be watching it if it wasn't for them.
2nd down and 1. He goes to flick, and he gets the first down at about the 26-yard line. Brett Veach is right now, via Doyle Dietz statistics, we won't count Jose's here, but Doyle's usually close to Jose, 252 yards.
Oh, my goodness. I knew he was well over 200. We don't really have to announce all those names as well because of the slick commercials that are being produced. I almost had a heart attack when I saw them going by. We talk about a production number going on here. But again, we want to thank all those people. If it wasn't for them, we would not have the money to make this final telecast possible.
Oh, Flick's going to throw the ball.
No, he's not.
No, he isn't. He tucks it away and runs. He saw there was coverage, and he gets down close to a first down at about the 36-yard line.
He was trying to find Torrey Smith, who was running down along the sideline, but he was well covered, and Flick knew that it was not a good idea to throw that pass. And a Mount Carmel area player's down with a cramp.
I'll tell you, there's a play there that you have to give Montgomery all the credit in the world because Montgomery is the one that stopped the pass from being thrown. First of all, a lot of times what will happen when you see that option play or that end around play, you commit yourself because you see the blockers in front of you. Montgomery didn't commit himself. He stayed back there with the lone receiver.
Is that Steve Sinkovich? Yeah, it is.
Yes.
It's Steve
47.
Sinkovich down with it was a cramp. He just made a real hard effort to run Flick down, and that's where you get that cramp.
You're midway into the fourth quarter, although it's unusual to get a cramp when it's this cold out. Usually cramps are a more warm weather thing than they are a cold weather thing, but nonetheless, he's got one, and he's probably thinking to himself, I'd like to cut this leg off so I can go back in there. He's not the kind of guy that spends a lot of time on the sidelines.
First down and 10, 7:47 left on the clock. Red Tornadoes going for their District 4 championship. Costello misses Flick. Now he still goes. Jamin tackles him on the 43-yard line. Boy, Cassidy was in there, but Flick is quick. He has some neat moves in there.
Flick is quick.
Flick is quick. Flick is slick.
Yeah, I mean, Central Columbia down 21-0 here in the fourth
penalty
quarter. On them?
Yes, it's called against the Blue Jays.
They played a whale of a football game. They really did. They did all the right things, I think, defensively. They did all they could defensively, put it that way. The speed was a little bit more than they can handle, and, of course, nobody counted on Brett coming in and having even a more extraordinary game than he usually has, and he's been the real difference against them. Offensively, probably they want to go back and think that's their disappointment. I don't believe they thought our defense would shut them down quite the way they have been this evening.
Trip formation to the left side. Pitch back to Flick, and he's going to run to that trip side. They get blocking on Evans over there, and he gets the ball down to about the 44-yard line, tackled by Malakowski. But again, they cannot just run the clock like this. They have to start, they should be throwing now. We'll give them those kind of runs, the 6-8 yards from here on in, and that's what's happening right now. We're letting them have that.
We're not too worried about that. I know that defense, the only thing they're thinking is shutout. They are thinking, let's keep them out of the end zone.
Definitely are thinking a shutout.
But precious time continues to tick away for the Jays as the quarter wears on here.
There's Flick again off the left side for a gain of about 4 yards and a first down. But again, let them have those first downs and let them have that yardage, because as the clock runs down, 6:24 left on the clock, they cannot score 21 points. Klingerman back to pass this time. Big rush up the middle. Jason Malachowski. Boy, the J-man is hot tonight.
Does he come on or what, folks? Jay is pretty much controlling the entire line of scrimmage right now on the defensive side of the ball for Big Red. He is absolutely destroying the two guys in front of him.
He's one of the guys we get to watch for the next 2 years.
Yeah.
He is a sophomore, guys.
The only thing those two guys on the Central Columbia side can be thankful for is they won't have to see this film. I mean, the season's over. They won't have to sit through a film of this because he's done everything you could think of, the two of them, the entire game.
Shotgun formation for the Blue Jays. Snaps back to Klingerman. Still has a rush, steps up in the pocket. Oh, guess who? Jason Malachowski.
Klingerman wasn't sure what happened there.
He almost took the ball out of his hand.
He was real
almost
close to
took the ball out of his hand.
He was real close to him. Klingerman really didn't exactly know what happened at first.
3rd down and 20 yards to go. 5:17 left on the clock.
That unfortunately for us stopped the clock as it was counted as an incomplete pass. But it certainly had nothing to do with passing on that one.
Shotgun formation. Klingerman gets the ball. Going to try the draw. Guess who? Jason Malachowski. And they were 3 downs there that Jay Malachowski can put in his scrapbook.
It's the J-Man show right now.
Here he comes, too. He's coming. Oh, no, he stays off for the punt. That's
the J-Man
right.
show,
That's
ladies and gentlemen, brought to you live by Jay Malachowski.
He did an excellent job. There's a series, boy, I'll tell you.
Blue Jay fans are now beginning to filter out of the stands.
Coleman in punt formation for the Blue Jays. The snap's back. Kicks away. Malachowski takes it on the 28-yard line.
Whoop, whoop.
And he's still going back. Now he breaks loose at the 25.
And he got
gets
a block.
His block. He's the 32. Still running, and he's at the 40. Oh, he slipped at the 41-yard line.
What a
run by Jay Malachowski.
This is the Malachowski show now. One's trying to outdo the other one down here.
Here comes Jay off right now, too. And Coach Conley gives Jay a big hug on the sidelines.
He deserves that.
The J-Man. Oh, and his brother just lit the field up a little while ago, folks. Unbelievable.
4:25 left on the clock. (21-0) Red Tornadoes in the lead. Veach, right side to the 41-yard line.
Of course, we now look like we're going to march into another District 4 title. Actually, not another.
The first one.
District 11 title the last time. And we had a District 11 title, our first District 4 title.
That's right.
And we're going to do it here at home, which is always the best way to do it. And then move on into, what do they call it now?
Well, they call it just state playoffs.
State playoffs.
Right.
They have names for everything all of a sudden.
McGee on the inside, handoff. That one doesn't go very far. He'll be stopped at about the 40-yard line.
And now time is just going to run off the clock. Big Red's content.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And again, though, Big Red is getting some seniors into the lineup as their final game. And again, the coaching staff truly gets a star in their column for that. They've always been cognizant of that. They're giving each senior some time on the game in a district playoff game, which is truly amazing. And it's just something to watch as the time clicks down. We will see these guys next week at a site to be determined, so to speak, in the paper all the time.
But in District 4, right?
Yeah, so far, yes.
Beach going to try around the outside, doesn't go very far, and is tackled at about the 43-yard line. 4th down for the Red Tornadoes.
And I guess they're wondering whether they should punt or not. I would. Punt them deep, get the ball down deep. That's what they're going to do, set up in a punt formation.
Yep, punt formation for the Red Tornadoes. And at the conclusion of this game, they do present the medals to both teams. Two minutes and 30 seconds left in the game. 21-0 Red Tornadoes. Costello with the punt. High booming punt. taken by Smith on the 10-yard line, run out of bounds by 83 Eric Higgins. First down, Blue Jays from about the 13-yard line.
Happy fans now. Some beginning to stream out. The Blue Jay fans beginning to empty the stadium out on the other side as this district final playoff game is going to be put into the books finally. 2 minutes, 18 seconds remain in the fourth period.
Pitch back to Flick. Gain of about 5 yards. 2:11 left on the clock. Definitely surprising in the fourth quarter, though, for the talk we've heard about Klingerman, that they did not throw the ball. They just were content to just try to keep the ball away from Mount Carmel at the end.
I thought they were going to air it out. I really did. But I think they had so much trouble passing that certainly gave them something to think about, I think, at halftime, and kind of changed that game plan for them somewhat.
I think their game plan was taken out. Their running game was stopped completely, and then the type of passes that they had gone to, the high timing lob pass, certainly killed them with the number of interceptions that we had.
Yeah.
Flick tries it around the right side. Initial hit made by 30, Sean Jamin.
I mean, this is a true indication of a surrender.
Yep.
A minute 29 left in the fourth period.
And you're just going to run the ball out.
They're content with running the football out. Costello a little shaken up. He has a cramp. He's holding his toe up in the air.
Nothing worse than a big toe cramp.
Joe comes off the field after another outstanding performance on his part on the defense. His final game in front of the home folks in the home stadium. Truly something to remember over his 4-year career.
1:11 left in a final countdown for the district championship. Flick, and he's run down. Looked like 54, 64, Mike Sinkovich.
Yeah. 64.
And
Mike,
54.
Yeah, 54.
And
64
they're both
54, in there.
right.
64 is at the tackle spot right now. 54 at the nose guard. Young Jeff Evans, and he's another guy you're going to see a lot of in the coming years. He's a young one, so we expect to see a lot from him.
And he's another one, played an outstanding game tonight after, 8 weeks that he had missed. You know, that's a long time from being on the field playing.
Klingerman to Flick. It's that pass play again. Has Smith breaking, but he likes to run with the ball.
And who is that, my man?
Number 60, Jason Malikoski.
That's what you call surfing. He just surfed them right down.
Once again, we've now blown all the electrical fuses out of the press box for the 900th time tonight. We are now in total darkness again.
I think we don't have a TV.
No, we do. We are rolling.
Okay.
We are rolling. We're down below the electrical problems, but the press box is now completely blackened.
We can blame it on the coaches. They pulled the plug over there and they pulled the wrong
shot
one.
shut the whole operation
Yeah.
down, but it's pretty amazing out here. And it's funny, though, the scoreboard and all still continues to operate. Right. We don't lose anything. And the scoreboard works off a computer now in the other room.
18 seconds left on the clock. 21-0, Red Tornadoes in the lead. They're going to win District 4 AA championship.
There we are. We're back in the light. Big Red 21-0 right now. A shutout again. Another shutout for this defense, and that's 2 shutouts in district play. That's the way you want to start your march in Altoona.
You're making a statement here. That's exactly what you're doing. You're looking at some good athletes over there for Central Columbia, and this defense has totally dominated and told everybody this is what to expect in the next few weeks.
Hendrickson takes the ball. Malikoski and Malikoski on the hit. The brothers Malikoski. 8 seconds. 5. The 1996 District 4 AA District champions, the Mount Carmel Area Red Tornadoes.
Well-deserved win.
And if you look on the scoreboard right now, they have it up already. The Mount Carmel Area Red Tornadoes District 4 Class AA champion. Big game. Advantage everybody. Advantage offensive line. Advantage Brett Veach. Advantage running backs. Advantage defense. What can you say?
Everything.
Red Tornadoes all the way. Right. What's happening right now is you're seeing everybody line up. And Ricky Harris, is down in the center of the field. And if you look, we'll go there and
let's
just stick with the field.
Keep the cameras on the field. That's what you need to be looking at. Let these kids enjoy that championship. Take a moment to really understand what they've done so far, and then tomorrow morning begin to go where they need to go. 2-1.
Blue Jays are leaving the field right now, and the Red Tornadoes line up for their first ever District 4 football championship. This has been their 24th playoff game. They are 15 wins and 9 losses in playoffs. Mike Wojtovich gets his. Now Vic Karnaski gets his medal. 21, Matt Montgomery will get his medal. We might as well stick right with it as they get it here. 22, Brett Veach. What a night for Brett Veach. Huh? What a way to finish.
Give him 2.
That's Ivor Facer, number 26. 27, Dave Evans. 28, Al Bailey, and this is a guy we're going to look at a lot next year. Yep. 29, Malachowski, Dan, and what can you say about Dan tonight? Ooh. But, wow, what a great game.
Fantastic.
30, Sean Jabin. Again, we talked about the ends, Wayne, and as we've come out, you can just say what you want about these guys. How about it? 32, Rusty Lashinsky, dressed again. Now he's finally dressed to be back in here. He'll be back next year. 35, Brian Detry. He'll be back next year too, won't he, guys?
Yep.
37, Avellino. 40, Damian Ziegler. 41, Joe Costello, and what a 4 years with that guy. 42, no, it won't be Mike there. He'll be 64. 44, John Kalinowski. See?
12 games in the year, we still make that mistake with his number.
45, Ryan McGee. 47, Steve Zinkovich. 52, Charlie Adams. Steve Zinkovich, again, a heck of a game and stepping in for Jeff Evans. 54, Jeff Evans, and he put a game together tonight. 55, Jeff Homiak. 56, Gary Dunn, and Gary Dunn had his dream season this year. He waited to be a senior to play that tackle spot. 59, Aaron Geary. 60, Jason Malachowski, and a heck of a game for that sophomore. He'll be back next year. 63, Mike Ravito.
Mike back in uniform after the injury.
64, Mike Zinkovich. Great job on kicking tonight, made all the extra points. 65, Ricky Harris. 66, Joe Chicatano. We're going to miss him. 67, Jason Wojtovich. Number 70, Aaron Ober. Number 72, Jamie Vogler. That's Ober there yet. '75, John Else. That one means a lot to me.
The bus. And we'll see him next year now, won't we?
76, Mike Boyer. What a great job for Mike coming back, playing on the sprained ankle tonight.
Did an excellent job, too.
79, Chris Hughes. 80, Chris Cuff. I think he'll be something to reckon with next year.
Yep.
81, Mike Zavarik. 82, Dan Daukus.
Dan's still injured, but he'll be back.
83, Eric Higgins, and boy, what a game again.
What a
defensively,
game for
wow. 88, Jake Shellhammer.
And Shellhammer's a guy we see again, right?
Yeah.
Yep. And give a whole bunch of other guys down there credit. Dave Whitey Williams, head coach. Charles Conley, Bob Veach, Bob Verano, Tommy Edwards, Paul Babinski, Al Yakinchak, TJ Schultz, and Dan Markwood. What a great job by the Red Tornado coaching staff. That was Rachel getting hers, right? Oh, I missed it. I didn't realize they were still going on. So
Right.
Rachel got hers, and now the coaches that I read off are getting theirs. And the Red Tornadoes still celebrate at the center of the field. It's been a great year for us. We enjoyed it. We rode all the way with them. We got through 12 games and 12 unbelievable, unforgettable games.
Absolutely. I mean, the memories will always be there. We won't see you again until next year and the opening of the season for 97. It seems so far away. We have 3 games left. I say that with confidence that we will end this year as we did 2 years ago in that cold of Altoona
Right.
and play
And
for
rain.
a state championship.
Big win for the Big Red. This is as good as it comes.
Remember,
and, we've-
right.
and
remember-
guys, we've enjoyed it. We're
Supper
telling
Club,
you.
Supper Club's still going
Right,
on.
Supper
It'll
Club's
go
still
on
going
as
on.
long as we do. Thursday night, 6:30 at Matucci's. Don't miss it now. These are the most important games of the year. We'll be there. We'll see you down there.
But all you guys down in the field right now, we're looking at you with your fingers up in the air, rooting, saying number one. We think you're number one, the 3 of us.
And thank you.
Thank you. This has been Bob Else.
Warren Altamar.
Wayne Brokenshire.
Good night.